Triball is ready. The Triball Pinball Podcast starts now.
Thank you all for tuning into the Triball Pinball Podcast, episode 10. That's right, 10. I'm your host, Johnny Pinball, along with
Matt McCarty
and Neil Graff.
Welcome back, Neil.
Yes, thanks for joining us again.
Yeah, I finally found some time off, winter break. Got all the first semester classes done with, so we're all set to do another podcast.
And I'm sure one of your studies you were taking Intro to Pinball, right?
Dude, I wish. I mean, basically, I'm learning computer science, and that's related to pinball.
Physics.
With coding.
What language is pinball coded in?
I think it's C++.
Is that what you're attempting to learn?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Figure it out.
Someone
always says that. I don't listen to podcasts. Anyway, if you listen to podcasts, thank you for tuning in. We appreciate you choosing the Triball Pinball Podcast as your Twippy vote this year.
Yes, and let's talk about the Twippies. Do you guys have any picks for...
Oh, I sure do, Matt. I sure do. I just need to scroll.
What was so funny?
This is why we're the best.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone have an opinion about the Twippies this year?
I don't care. They let us vote again after we couldn't, and now we can. So I voted just to support, the people I like.
That's right, and I like us.
Yes.
So let's go down the list. Category number 1, best theme. Neil?
Ooh. I'd say Foo Fighters is my favorite band now because of the game. I don't know. I've always thought they were like a top 3 band of mine, but definitely after the game they become my favorite band. So I'd go Foo Fighters.
I went with James Bond, and technically it counts because the 60th came out this year. It's always been a great theme of mine since high school, or even before that. Love Bond.
And I'm kind of a Scooby-Dumb here. What were the themes even this year? I know Scooby-Doo, Foo Fighters, Galactic Tank Force, Pulp Fiction, help me out, Godfather.
Venom, Labyrinth.
Wasn't Bond on the last Twippies?
This is the 60th, so it counts.
Oh, okay.
I'm cheating.
Okay, I get it now.
Loophole.
No, I didn't know.
Cardi breaks the rules.
With all those themes in mind, I have to pick Galactic Tank Force as my favorite theme.
GTF.
Wow. First time. That's probably the first vote GTF got for that category. I would have to say.
You see behind me, David Fix. That's how much I love this game.
It's got the banner up in the back.
I've got the
nice.
banner.
He's got a banner.
Now, I might have a different opinion on best, game or game of the year, but for best theme, GTF. The second one here is best animations and display.
I had a tough time on this because I thought Venom was pretty good, but I also thought Foo Fighters was really done well. But ultimately, I voted for Venom first and Foo Fighters second.
Yeah, I took Foo Fighters just because, I don't know. Me personally, I don't pay attention to animations as much when I'm playing. I guess like when you're watching other people play, you'll see animations, but I went with Foo Fighters. It was done real well.
It is done really well, and if I was being objective and not, partial to my opinions, I would have to vote for Foo Fighters. I think it's objectively the most beautiful animations. But I didn't. I voted for Pulp Fiction.
What?
Just kind of like what Neil said. No one's looking at that stuff. Don't waste money on it. I like the cool little, they do a little alphanumeric. They can put Bride of Pinbot, they put the little eyes on that screen. So you can do a little bit on the alphanumeric.
Sure.
Yeah, they got like different things scrolling through. I get it.
But Venom did have a video mode.
If that's your jam.
Was it a good video mode though?
Not really.
Oh, poor Dwight. A podcast needs to catch that guy a break, because every podcast shits on his code.
I'm not shitting on the code, but...
Just his video mode, apparently. I like your Star Wars video mode, Dwight. It's very fun.
Well, didn't the guy who did Fishtails? He just did was it Pulp Fiction, or he just did a recent game?
Yeah, that's Pulp Fiction guy.
Yeah, he did the best video mode ever.
Mark Pinacho?
Yeah, that sounds about right. It's close.
If we're wrong, we're wrong.
If we're wrong, email us at triballpodcast@gmail.com.
And Mark, if you ever want to join the show, please just reach out to us. Set the record straight. Okay, well, we got that out of the way, and now that moves us to best toys and mechs.
I voted for Venom.
Venom Pro, obviously.
I prefer the Pro, to be honest, but the Premium, I like the diverter ramp. I do not like the Doppelganger at all.
Oh, I thought it was Doppelganger. I thought that's what did it for you.
All those juicy butts.
Yeah.
I do like those juicy doubles, but no.
I don't know. I went Foo Fighters just because, like, I don't know, on the premium, because I'm used to the premium. It's got that ship and everything, so I thought it was pretty cool.
And the best is the Dead Post. I mean, that's fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I voted Foo Fighters 100% because of the Dead Post. It's the most unique thing that's ever happened to pinball. Never been done before. And our friend of the show, Jack Danger, he's like, danger! Watch out for that Dead Post.
And Labyrinth has a similar kind of mech, but it's in the out lane, where it'll and not by the apron, where it knocks it into your in lane if your ball's going down the out lane, which I think is really cool as well.
I'm still mad at them. They didn't give me a shirt, so sorry, Labyrinth. Okay, that was pretty universal, two votes for Foo Fighters. But what could we say is the best sound in pinball?
It's Pulp Fiction, but I voted for Bond 60th because you can customize your sound, and they have the QR codes, which adds a whole another range of sounds you can put in there. I like that.
That's a really good point, and that honestly just convinced me on the spot right there. Can't even really think about that. I'm going Bond 60th.
You.
Because of that reason.
But I do like setting it to the 80s sounds. I don't care for the chimes. But I didn't go for Bond 60th. I went for Venom because I think it has a very good sound package. It sounds like pinball. It's just Pulp Fiction, I've said it before. It sounds too modern for the type of game they're doing, so that was ruled out. James Bond, it's too niche of a game, so I didn't even consider it. Galactic Tank Force has horrible audio balancing, so that could never win. And Godfather's JJP has the worst sounds in the business, so left me with either Foo Fighters or Venom, and I figured Venom needed some love, so that's why my vote went there.
All right, fair enough. Well, best rules. I went with Foo Fighters. I like that it still has classic kind of, not classic, but like kind of modern, the modes. And then if you do certain things in the game, you can like progress your Foobot. Like, there's kind of a lot to it, and I really enjoy that.
Yeah, I went with Foo Fighters myself because the Ray Day Code. I love Ray Day Code. Rush was really good. Led Zeppelin's really good. They kind of all have the same
Avengers is really
mixture
good.
Of stuff. Kind of like you start the modes, you get multipliers, get the multi balls, the 3 M's. That's what Ray always says, and you go to town on the game. But I think Pulp Fiction's a close second.
I went Galactic Tank Force.
Oh my god.
Because you need that build that ice cream. And all the fun. I guess it's more of a sounds too.
You just like packing the fudge.
You read my mind. Yes. My dream as a boy was to work in a fudge factory in the shipping department. And GTF is as close as I can get to that.
Hey, Stan! Isn't that Tom Cruise? Huh? Oh, wow, it is. Hey, guys, check it out. Tom Cruise is a fudge packer.
What did you call me?
How come you're packing fudge, Mr. Cruise?
I'm not a fudge packer.
Dude, you don't have to be ashamed or anything.
But I'm not a fudge packer.
Then why are you packing fudge?
I'm not.
Dude, you are in a fudge factory packing fudge.
Oh, that does it. I will sue you.
For what?
You can't just call somebody a fudge packer and get away with it. Hey, is that fudge packer Tom Cruise?
All right, this one's going to be interesting. Best playfield, gameplay, and layout.
Easy. Venom. No. Oh, well, I said Venom. No.
Whoa.
I'm going to take that back. I'm taking that back. Foo Fighters.
I think we all could have said that in unison, honestly.
I did not vote Foo Fighters. Foo Fighters is my second choice.
Really?
I went with Bond 60th.
Say what?
Yeah, I mean, because the layout makes the game. That's it. That's the whole thing, and it's such a great game.
You don't like the flow in Foo Fighters? You're not.
I love
you're
Foo
not-
Fighters.
You don't like the
I
flow?
love it. Foo Fighters is my second choice, but I think for what Keith did on Venom, it's worth it.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you just swayed me over. I'm switching to James Bond. Team James Bond.
Oh,
Inline drops. I should have realized that earlier. Inline drops takes the win.
All right, best artwork. I went Foo Fighters.
Okay, the zombie.
I also went Foo Fighters with Zombie Eddie.
I went, and this is for real, not a joke. I went Scooby Doo. I think you look at that game, it just oozes perfection.
I think that was my second choice. Yeah.
All right, that's fair. Now, what we all been waiting for? Game of the year.
Foo Fighters.
Foo Fighters.
I got Foo Fighters too.
Unanimous. Just like the next category is also unanimous. Favorite pinball content creator. Say it with me. 3, 2, 1. Triball
Triball.
Podcast.
Johnny Pinball. Oh,
You made me vote for Johnny Pinball.
I picked Johnny Pinball.
What? You said you didn't vote for Johnny
I did
Pinball.
vote for Johnny Pinball in one of the categories. I voted for us in Best Podcast, but for...
You're confusing the award shows.
Oh, yeah.
There's only one content creator, Matt.
Were we on the Twippy ballot? Because I voted
Yes.
for...
Yes.
Oh, shit. I voted for TurboGrafx 7.
TurboGrafx 7.
Well, that's Dave Brennan.
Fair enough.
Oh my god. Guys.
Matt doesn't love us.
If I would have saw us, I would have voted. Oh, maybe I...
You were so close. Oh, okay. In your defense, though, it wasn't alphabetical. That was very annoying that it wasn't alphabetical.
No, yeah, you do have to type it in.
Yeah. So, shame on the Twippy Awards for not having alphabetical. It's like they phoned it in this year. There's no live show, category shakeup. They should just auction it on eBay, and then someone who really has passion can buy the award shows and run it.
Yeah.
I'd bid. I'd buy it for $1.
All right.
No, so I had Tribal, Johnny, and of course Fox Cities Pinball. I'm assuming you guys also had Fox Cities Pinball.
I didn't see any of this stuff.
Oh my gosh,
I
Matt.
might have had too many gummies that day. I don't know.
Driving down to Racine to the Haribo plant.
Yeah, exactly. Those sour gummy bears. Ooh, Haribo. They knock them out of the park.
I actually don't vote second or third choice. I'm just a first choice voter only.
That's fair. So it was only Tribal for you?
Triball it is. And undramatically, the last category is favorite pinball topper. I don't have room for toppers, so I voted the Rush topper.
I voted for the Bond Topper. I really think it's underrated.
Yeah, I went with Rush Topper.
Yeah, the gears.
The Gearhead.
Yeah, gearhead. My name is...
Revolio Clockberg Jr.
It's not gearhead.
Back in the Gear Wars.
Don't get me started about the Gear Wars.
Yeah.
The year was 2020, and the Gear Wars had just begun when... I need a break from all this action. Is there something to soothe my soul in our next topic?
Well, before we get to our next topic, I have a doodle-doo update on Fathom Pinball.
Dive again.
No way.
So, our friend Dave Oshevsky sent a picture of he got a haggis ornament in the mail for Christmas. And then,
And?
one of our friends of the podcast, Mr. Tom Graff, asked him, well, when's your game coming in? And he's like, well, now they say January. The gift that keeps on giving. 6 to 8 weeks every time he asks.
Oh, and tell you, the other content creators double down that they finished all their orders. Poor Dave. He's like the last one, I guess.
Right? And that's somebody you'd want to keep on your good list if you're a pinball manufacturer or a distributor.
Yeah, he has locations. He buys almost everything.
Yes,
You might want to get the game to him.
I agree.
I can't believe that. Oh, man. That's so disappointing. Tiny Tim, he's going to be sad this Christmas.
He will. Can't play as Fathom. So do we want to go into the pinball tournaments, or do you guys want to play my game?
I think we could talk about some tournaments.
All right, Neil, what's coming up?
Indisc.
Ooh.
I feel like everybody knows what Indisc is at this point.
No, I don't think we do, actually.
Oh, it's like the best tournament out there. All right, so it's considered a major now, but new major.
I'm surprised it wasn't a major.
Yeah, I mean it's on the newer side, but that like just started up. But it's a card format tournament, which means you get 5 games to in a row that you have to put up, and that's your ticket. It's not like a pump and dump where you put up a single game. You have to get all 5 games in a row consecutively.
So 5 good games to fill out your ticket.
5 really good games, not good games, like
Exceptional games.
really exceptional.
Now,
Exactly. Phenomenal.
phenomenal. Wow. You got to be a phenom.
You got to be consistent.
Oh yeah, 100%. So yeah, that's a big one out there, and I heard IE Pinball will be streaming it.
I love IE Pinball. Shout out to him. He has the best streams for Indisc because they have Scorebit on every game, and you get that real-time updates. Really appreciate that.
Mhm. Yeah, and I think he'll get on front page again, like he was last year. And that definitely helps out the pinball scene, and
Yeah, it definitely helps out get the eyes on people who don't normally care about pinball. And what also helps out is typically this tournament has really good volunteers in the announcer booth. You get Steve Bowden in there, you get Jeff Teolis in there, you get a lot of other personalities who are very enthusiastic about what they're seeing.
Correct. Yeah, it's enjoyable to watch. I actually just watched the finals from the classics from last year just the other day, and it was a good watch.
Oh, did you watch them all, Matt?
From the classics, just the finals, but while Indisc was like live, I watched a lot of it. I saw Travis's 00.
The
live.
infamous 00. Yeah. On Car Hop, I believe.
Yeah. No, it was on Bad Girls.
no, Bad Girls.
Oh,
yeah.
Bad Girls. Okay. Wasn't there something happened on Car Hop too?
Car Hop was just
It was just
mess.
like yeah, it was kind of like they
They had to take it out or change
kind
the
of
rules.
changed the rules. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll be attending that one. It'll be January 4th through the 7th. You can still attend. It's open to the public. That's why it's called the Open Championship. So yeah, so anybody's welcome to go to that one still.
Someday, maybe if I get cool enough, I'll get a sponsorship and they'll take me there. That's the end game.
For those who don't know, Indisc is an acronym for It Never Drains in Southern California.
Matt's fun facts of the day.
Can you give me a second fun fact?
What's a tournament etiquette fun fact?
Tournament etiquette fun fact: if you are playing in a tournament where, let's say it's a match play tournament, and you have score sheets, be prompt in filling out your sheet and getting it up to the scorekeeper so they can keep things going. Don't like, oh, we had a great game, and sit and talk while the score sheet sits under you guys while you have a 5-minute conversation. Quick and easy.
Yeah, we'll always see Johnny Pinball doing that one.
I run up.
I'll have to get him on.
I run up to the front. It's part of my exercise routine.
Oh yeah, we do see you sprinting up there.
I don't know. In the finals last night, you seem to be chatting with Cassidy rather than going to play your ball more than not.
If you are graced with Cassidy's presence, you have to chat with her.
But if the score sheet's in your hand, you still have to run up there.
You walk and talk as you say, "Hey, Cassie, business. Walk and talk with me."
But this was during the finals when his turn to play, and that
Okay.
we all the three of us all made the finals at Tilton Tuesday last night.
First, mind you,
Yes, and we all played each other. And
in the second round, and I was eliminated second round.
I was also eliminated.
And I picked the graph bank.
Yeah, the prodigal son won.
You picked the Neil Graph Bank. The Graph Bank is Indy 500, Frontier, Dadies Jurassic Park, and Bally Star Trek.
That is definitely not the graph bank.
The Tom Graph Bank.
Yeah, what is the Neil Graff Bank for those not in the know?
Yep, that's the one we played on yesterday, the three of us. We played Fishtails, Magic, Addams Family, and Supersonic.
It's a good bank.
Some would argue the greatest bank of all time.
No.
Those people would be wrong. Maybe the greatest bank for defeating Johnny Pinball, but not my favorite bank to play.
Yeah. What is your bank again, Johnny?
Mine is Godzilla Wheel of Fortune, stars, and mousing around. Now that's a bank.
Interesting.
Longtime listeners of the show may know that I get made fun of for choosing that bank, and I have consecutively lost on it while choosing it. But a few weeks ago, I finally defeated it. I beat the bank and proceeded to the second round, which then I had to play. I had to play Cassidy's bank then.
What's the record on that bank though?
I am probably 1-4 on it.
Ooh.
I'm just proud I got to pick 4 times. That's pretty good.
Right, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's a good achievement.
You finished in the top 4 then for qualifying. That's something to be proud of.
Yeah.
Neil goes away, all of a sudden I'm qualifying every week. Correlation? I don't know. Matt, do you want to reveal your favorite bank, or is that going to keep close to the chest?
Well, it's not really... I was just thinking about this. I like the bank that Neil picked for the Final Four, but before Eric moved some machines around, my favorite bank, it was Demo Man, Hot Hand, Deadpool, and Viking.
Hot Hand's kind of scary.
Yeah, it's hot luck.
Now, house balls on Hot Hand aren't as common as some other classics, but yeah, you want a good first ball, definitely.
No, thank you.
Speaking of state, it's coming up. If your state is a state and you have playoffs, usually in January.
There's also Providence's out there.
Canadian state?
In Canada.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they call it in Europe? Just country?
Uh-oh.
Dude, I made it to country. This year for us locals, it is moved from the local to Nerd Haven in Madison. So it's a new place for us.
Yeah, Matt and I checked it out this last Sunday. It was pretty nice. They had a lot of Stearns there, some good choices for state. I'm ready.
Yeah.
But Matt, I don't know. Matt has an interesting story from the tournament we played in at Nerd Haven.
And I'm sure a lot of people are sick of this story because I've been telling it. I know, Neil, your dad is, but so we were doing a pin golf format in Indiana Jones. I was doing pretty good when I started. I was getting like 2s. Then we went to Indiana Jones, and I had the ball cradled at my left flipper. And I took my hand off the flipper button, and the ball remained to be cradled on my left flipper, which shouldn't happen. And I showed everyone. I'm like, look at this, blah. And then put my hand on the flipper, tapped it, and backhanded the saucer perfectly to start the mode. And it was Choose Wisely. And for those who don't know, it's like a video mode where it shows 5 grails. It'll highlight one, and then they all swirl around, and then you got to pick the correct grail at the end of that. Well, as soon as the video mode started, the ball ejected from the saucer with my flippers dead because video mode's still going and goes right down the drain. And I stopped paying attention to the saucers rotating, or the grails, I guess. And I didn't know which one was which. My video mode ended, I picked the wrong one, and then it ended my ball. And that cost me a stroke in the pin golf tournament, and I was 1 stroke away from the finals. Bummer. And I didn't do anything about it. I didn't feel like bugging a tournament director.
Yeah, no TD ruling on that?
Well, everybody saw it, so I probably could have gotten something, because our whole group witnessed it happen. But it was Sunday. I didn't feel like jacking around. I was just like, whatever. I was there primarily for fun. I mean, those points aren't going to go on my card regardless. So it is what it is.
Right. It was hilarious though at the moment.
Yeah, real
and
funny.
After the fact.
I'm just swearing. There's kids in the arcade. I'm just, what the F was that? Just
because there were so many mixed emotions. Going through your head.
I was like all bummed, like.
Oh, stuck ball!
And then I'm like, yes!
Then you shot the scoop. Then you're like, let's go! Video mode kicks out, drains. No, but the video mode's still going. So it's.
I was on a roller coaster of emotions. It was nuts. Yeah. And then after that, I was kind of deflated for the rest of the. Then we had to play Monopoly, and I was just not into it.
Yeah, never into Monopoly. So, premonition of what's to come at state. Games spookily be acting weird.
They mostly play pretty well. I think it'll be fine, but
yeah, I mean you're gonna expect a couple like
pinball is
breakdowns or
pinball,
whatever.
and that's kind of why I didn't make a huge stink. And like when I talked to Eric Thorne of District 82, he's like, "Yeah, you should have got a comp ball because your flippers were dead. You couldn't have done anything about it." And I'm like, "Yeah, if there was a tournament ruling, and during state, there might, if that would happen, there definitely would be a ruling." But you know, I've been a tournament director. People, you know, have bugged me with minute details of stupid things, and I just didn't want to be that guy on Sunday, so I just let it go.
Just wasn't worth it.
Correct.
It's not that big of a tournament, or
Right?
anything,
Yeah.
So.
It,
No, it wasn't high stakes.
No.
So.
Ooh, high stakes. That sounds like an upcoming tournament at District 82.
correct. The Winter 3X. It is
Winter 3X.
February 16th through 18th, and it's kind of Pinburg inspired, where there'll be a qualifying portion, and then everybody be broken down into 4 different divisions, A, B, C, and D. And then you play off in your divisions and whatnot, and so that'll be good for all the other people. And then there'll be finals on Sunday. And for those who don't make the finals, he's doing just for fun, not IFPA. If you're still in town, a split flipper 3-strike knockout, which should be pretty fun. I think that'll be interesting.
It's going to be chaos.
Yeah.
You're going to be paired up most likely with someone you don't know, and you just got to go head-to-head with other people.
They had to nerf the greatest split flipper duo of all
They
time.
did.
Matt and I.
Yeah, we put up like 600 million on fishtails.
I mean, you're also suggesting you're not going to make finals, so...
No, I'll be
Right.
in finals. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and there's spots open, 150 spots available, currently 72 registered, so head on over to district82.com, sign up today. About $280, I think, for the week.
Yep, Stern Pro Circuit event. It should be a lot of fun.
Get them Stern Pro Circuit points.
Everybody likes them. And then coming January 27th, we've talked about it on former podcast, but we have the Bond 60th Heads Up Tournament at Lumberjack Johnny's Appleton.
Be there.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
Just one last thing on the January 27th Bond 60th Heads Up. There was rumors that maybe the... What the fuck?
Elwin?
Yeah, that the... I can't think of their name. The Tom podcast is going to be there.
The Triple Drain?
Triple Drain podcast.
Wow, that was a big brain fart.
Yeah, I just listened to them, by the way. The Triple Drain boys, I heard that maybe they were going to try to be there. Joel, Travis, and Tom, and Elwin, I guess. Any update on that, Matt? You're like the pulse.
I don't think Elwin's gonna make it.
Well, Elwin the cat is going to be there.
The cat will be there. But I don't think
Oh, the kitty cat?
yeah, I don't think Tom and Travis will be there. Or Tom will be there, obviously. Travis and Joel. Travis and what?
Joel doesn't really
Travis
play
and
in
what's his
tournaments.
name?
All right. So Tom's not going to be there, but he'll be streaming it.
Tom will be there.
Travis and Joel aren't going to be there, but it's still going to be hosted by Triple Drain. Got it.
They might. I don't know.
Anyway, everyone, sign up for that one.
Yes, that'll be a lot of fun.
Tell your wives to vote in it. I mean, play in it. I mean, go to Brazil. I mean, hey, let's move on to 20 questions.
All right. For those listening, you can play along with Neil and Johnny. I have selected a pinball game. I'm going to give you guys some clues, and you'll have 20 yes or no questions to ask me to try to determine this machine. So, the clues I'm going to give you are it has 2 flippers, 3 pop bumpers, a drop target. Those aren't much clues, but this is the big clue.
Wait, a singular drop
A
target?
singular drop target. But this is the big clue. The overlying theme of this game has been done before in pinball on other machines. So who wants the first question?
Go ahead, Johnny. Start us off.
Is it a Stern?
Technically no.
Technically, no.
Well, it can kind of be a gray area.
Is it a Bally's game?
No.
Like a Bally? Oh, okay.
Was it made between 1990 and 1995?
No. should have went broader with that one. All right, Neil.
I don't know. Let's try to take it down to the years. We'll say 96 to present.
Yes.
All right, so, wow, really testing my knowledge on what probably a Sega game. Is it a Sega game?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I know it now.
Game is remade is like really tripping me up right now. Oh, Godzilla.
No.
What?
No, because the pop bumpers. The right answer probably, I'm just gonna go for it. Is it Jurassic Park? Because if we had a Lost World, that was a Sega.
Well, you have to be specific.
Are you thinking of Sega's Lost World?
Yes, it is Jurassic Park: The Lost World.
Woo!
And I want to thank our friend Andy Van Scandal for providing me the inspiration. Because he just got rid of his Lost World.
Did you buy it?
No, I did not. He traded it for a Centaur, along with another game.
Classic Centaur?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
But his Lost World wasn't working. He can never figure it out. So
That game plus cash for Centaur, or do you have any deets?
that game and another game, plus cash, I believe.
Was the other game fully working?
I forgot what the other game was, but I think it was a classic.
Because Centaur is worth, what, 5,000? 4,000?
Apparently more than that.
Really?
I don't know. I haven't bought one. Certainly not shopping with Haggis anytime
Well,
soon.
yeah, we're not talking about the Haggis Centaur, but
Right.
I was thinking the classic one. All right. So, yeah, let's move into another fun segment on, like, would you trade? Everyone tell me their favorite game. Neil, are you still on Walking Dead?
We can do Walking Dead.
So you like Walking Dead? Okay. Matt, what's your favorite game?
This is such a loaded question. We'll say Avengers Pro.
And mine's Godzilla. All right, guys, so here's the deal. Would you trade your favorite game for Keith Elwin's Jaws without even seeing it?
Oh, yeah. I traded my Avengers Pro for a Godzilla, so...
So you're 100% in. If there's no money
yeah,
changing hands, you're just
100%.
trading it. Okay.
100%.
Yeah, I'll just trade it.
Really?
Yep.
I wouldn't trade my Godzilla. I'd have to see it. Because Godzilla, to me, is the perfect game. And what if Jaws is like Venom? Oof. Be hard to get rid of it.
But it's the GOAT.
It's the goat, but sometimes goats need a shaving. Or no, that's sheep.
It's shear the goat.
You're the goat, yeah.
And I kind of got burned on that, it's like your concept there, because I kind of agreed to trade my Godzilla for a Venom sight unseen, and now I haven't completed the trade, but I'm gonna get a Bond Pro instead of the Venom.
So you're kind of have an out on that. You don't have to take the Venom.
Yeah, and I mean, if I wanted that Venom a couple months down the road, I'm sure I could make the swap.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there's one available. Mm-hmm.
Plenty. It's a good game.
Yeah, it's a good game. It's a good game, they said. What's next? What's next, guys?
Spooky.
Spooky, yeah. We should probably... Our number one topic.
Oh my god, that was supposed to be the first topic, Matt.
Yeah, that's why we were laughing.
I had a good segue, so I went with it.
We had to roll with it.
Not my fault you guys didn't come back to it.
Let's go to the number one topic that everyone usually leads their podcast with, and that is Spooky Pinball announced a new game, or shall we say games, Looney Tunes and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Is that anyone's favorite theme?
Yeah, I think Looney Tunes is amazing. That's a great theme. I grew up with it, and I'm near 50, so...
Yeah, I mean, I even watched Looney Tunes growing up a little bit too, so Looney Tunes kind of piques my interest.
So I watched Texas Chainsaw Massacre the other day. I still haven't seen Labyrinth yet, but I was like, okay, I'll check it out. And it does not hold up. It's not very gory. There are a couple moments. It's creepy, But it's not a great movie, in my opinion.
Do you think they'll do a good job, like, theme integration wise?
Oh, I think they already did. I mean, with the meat hook
Yeah.
ball locks and the girl in the freezer and stuff like that. I think they're going to do a wonderful job on it. But
Texas seems like it was the primary game, and Ben Heck's been working on that code for at least 2 years. So I'm going to say it's probably pretty well polished at this point. The other game, Looney Tunes, is programmed by Eric Pripke, also working on Labyrinth of Barrels of Fun. They're going to do 888 of each theme. I think that's an interesting choice. To them, they think it would go 50-50, but, you know, if we poll the audience here, we're all on Looney Tunes. Any thoughts on that?
it's just, Looney Tunes is just the more well-known theme, I guess. The theme that you could put in an arcade or a family home, rather than, kind of a gruesome movie. And for a fun fact, another party cardy fun fact, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was based on Ed Gein from La Crosse, Wisconsin, who liked to eat people.
I don't think he's from La Crosse.
Well, he's from Wisconsin.
Wasn't that Plainfield, Wisconsin?
Maybe. I just Googled it and said La Crosse, so
So what is
it's from around
a
here.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre about? Like, give a brief summary without spoilers.
A group of teenagers, I guess, are in their van taking a road trip, and they pick up a hitchhiker, and the hitchhiker is kind of off the wall. And they kick him out, and they should have kicked him out a lot sooner than they should have, and they find this gas station, and then they find their parents' old house, and they kind of explore a little as teenagers in horror movies do, and they come across another house, and the family that lives in this house is a bit bizarre, let's just say. And they interact with the teenagers in a gruesome fashion.
Do they all die?
Well, this is a spoiler alert, but
It's an old movie. I think if you've seen it, you've seen it.
one of them gets away.
There we go.
Let me form my thoughts here. I think the spooky people, right? The Emery family, they just love horror themes. So I think
They do.
every game they release, or at least every other game release, is going to be something like this. That's just what they're building their company on. It might not be the most profitable way to build a pinball company, but that's what they're doing because that's what they're passionate about.
Yeah, I think that's cool, mixing two passions together.
Oh yeah, if I had an opportunity, heck, I'd be doing the same thing. We'd have,
The Cobra Kai pinball machine.
yeah, if this is Johnny Pinball's themes, I'd have Cocaine Bear and Rick and Morty or something like that,
Fair enough. I'd buy a cocaine bear.
888 though, that's probably because that is where the price break is on ordering parts. Because you'd think there'd be less sold of Chainsaw Massacre, but they probably don't get the price break they need for the numbers to work over in the actuary department. So they're like, hey, we got to do 888. And why not 1,000 of each? Well, that's too much in this market, and 888 just sounds fun. It's probably where that number came from.
Well, you might be onto something there too, because what was Scooby-Doo's run at? That was about.
It's a Summer of Love, 1969.
So if you add 888 together, it's about roughly this.
1776.
So maybe that's the magic number for parts ordering is around a little less than $2,000.
It could be. We could just be sniffing the wrong flower here. But the market is softening, so it made sense they dropped it a little bit. But what they didn't drop was the price. The price went up on the lower tier models. Clearly, they want you to buy their collector's edition, which they dropped the price.
Didn't it go down on the? Yeah, it went down on the collector's
a
edition.
nominal amount, like it went down like $70.
But it went down, which is a trend we are not seeing in pinball, except for
Alien.
Alien. Yes.
You can get the standard edition for $82.99, I believe. Bloodsucker, I believe, is $89.99, and then the collector's is $96.99. I'm a little mad. I don't know if you guys are a little mad about you got that in your veins. Spooky Pinball sent all the podcasters like clues about their upcoming games, and they didn't send us one. We're
that's
in
true.
Wisconsin, guys. Come on, the shipping is like $7 here.
Maybe those Twippy votes will put us on their radar.
I hope so. I hope Bug, if he's the one running the show, or Luke, I hope they listen, and I hope they realize what an audience of at least 200 people are disappointed. In all seriousness, the clues were kind of a marketing strategy, and they were kind of meaningless. Like, no one really figured out what they were doing ahead of hand.
No, but it was cool of them to do that.
Yeah, it pretty much made Kaneda their biggest fan. He was so touched. Perfect guy to send something to. His ego needed to be stroked a little bit.
Well, when doesn't it?
I know, when doesn't it?
So, what do you guys... Did you watch the gameplay video of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
I have not.
I have not as well, because I didn't want to watch that one.
Oh, I have. And it looks like it... Some of the shots are amazing. Like, it's really cool.
Yeah, once we go into the layout, it looks like no pop bumpers again, and a lot of ramps and a lot of flippers.
Correct. 4 ramps, 4 flippers, an upper kind of lock mechanism on the back box. Not the back box, but the backboard.
Oh, yeah, that'd be weird in the back box. That'd be like T2 or something. Or T3, rather. Matt, you're like an expert pinball player. No offense, Neil. But... Well, you're more into it like Neil's like tournaments. Matt's more into a little bit of everything. So, from this stream, would you say it's going to be a top 3 spooky? This is going to be their best spooky, or too soon to say?
Definitely a top 3. For sure. It looks like it plays amazing, to be honest.
Do you have a favorite spooky pinball right now?
I'd have to default to TNA, to be honest with you. Just for gameplay, I mean, Rick and Morty is probably the best overall kind of experience with the modes and the animations and stuff like that, and the call-outs. And I kind of like Alice Cooper, too, but those shots are a little tight. But I think this will definitely be in their top 3.
And that's the thing, you like never know until you actually play it.
Yeah, it could suck.
Yeah. You can watch all the YouTube videos you want, but you won't know like your personal opinion until you actually play it.
And I was told that somebody is getting theirs in January.
You better Michael down your Vincents then. I'm playing.
We'll see. I don't know which one, or both, or I know he ordered both.
What? Who orders both of the same game?
Somebody who might have owned every spooky title. I don't know.
I'm going to pretend like I know what you're talking about. Oh, yeah, that guy. I know him. Speaking of games that should be out on location but aren't, Elton John. I want to play that because I've got a video in the queue ready to go, but I need to actually play the game before I release the video.
I've never played it yet.
Same. Little birdie told me that IO Arcade in Madison got the game on location.
They do.
Yet Lumberjack Johnny's does not have it, and they both buy from the same guy, so...
But I thought the one at IO was a distributor's who let them use it for a bit.
Oh, it's a demo unit? Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
So, anyone going to make the pilgrimage down there to play it?
I thought about it because, and maybe after the state tournament, if it's still there, I'll stop down there. Our friend Rachel Risto asked me to tournament direct the women's state tournament, which is the day after the open states tournament at Nerdhaven. And I'm like, oh yeah, I could stay in Madison that night, but then she got somebody local to do it. She couldn't afford my fee as well for, you know.
You smell that? It smells...
What the Rock is cooking?
Kind of smells like, I don't know, like a Gottlieb that's burning. Neil, do you have a buy-sell burn for us?
I don't have 3 games off the top of my head right now.
Wrong answer.
You're talking to me?
You are the host of Buy, Sell, Burn, yes.
I didn't know I was the host.
It's called Neil Graff's Buy, Sell, Burn.
All right. Welcome to Neil Graff's Buy, Sell, Burn. Buy, sell, burn.
He's got a special way about him.
Neil Graff's
So good looking and debonair. Yeah, your smile is so enticing. But the look in his eyes says beware.
We got RoboWar, Bone Busters, and Cactus Jack.
Ooh, all 3 of those were at District 82 at one point. Only one remains.
Correct.
Man, I don't know if I want to go first and commit and be the laughing stock of the podcast. I don't know. It's a tough choice.
It's not tough for me. I'm going to buy RoboWar. I enjoy that game. The one at District 82 anyway. It shoots well. It's fun. If there's anything people know about Party Cardi, he loves ripping a spinner. And when you get that power surge and that sound, ooh, daddy.
Destroy number one.
Yeah. And there's a couple different ways to get points on the game. It's not one dimensional. Like, you can do the multi-ball. You can go for your 3-2-1 targets and try to get it into that, upper rollover and stuff. Cell would be Bone Busters. It's not terrible, but it's not really good either. But it's got some interesting elements to it, like the ball save. When you lose your ball, you can get an extra couple of seconds to get points.
Good music too.
Yeah, and I mean, Burn Cactus Jacks, man, that game hosed me in a tournament with the old Gottlieb stupid mystery award saying, I'm player 1, Anna Neal's player 3. She hits the mystery, gets the matchup award, which gives her my score when I was currently in the lead. So her score goes up to mine, and she gets to keep playing. I don't get to play anymore.
I don't see what's wrong with that.
I'm screwed.
You know what should have been on the list with it? Car Hop. Car Hop should have been on the list.
Yeah, but I've only watched that junk game.
Hey, maybe next week's Buy Sell Burn.
But that has kind of the same mechanic in the catch-up.
I don't think Car Hop swaps scores, does it? I thought it just caught you close.
Yeah, and that's what that's what Cactus Jacks did, but I was player 1 and I already played my ball 3, whereas Anna was player 3, and so she got matched up to my score, and I couldn't do anything about it.
Oh, that's an evil ball 3 award, yeah. It's evil.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So that's my picks.
Okay.
All right. I guess I'll go next as the host. I'll buy a Bone Busters. I'm gonna say it right there because I picked it at States. We all know I'm a big Bone Busters fan. Eric Thorne needs to bring it back to District 82.
He's into the bone.
I'm a firm believer in Bone Busters. Cell RoboWar, of course, close second. It's RoboWar. Everybody knows it. And burn Cactus Jacks. Actually burn that game. That's not even jokes. Burn Cactus Jacks, please.
Heck yeah. I'll bring the freaking marshmallows.
Well, maybe I should have went first, because I'm going to buy Cactus Jacks.
Oh.
It has dancing animatronics in the back. That's a win right there. And there's a certain stream of me playing this where the ball kept draining and bouncing back out of the trough. There must be some sort of rubber down there. It's I couldn't lose on that game. So I really have good memories of Cactus Jack, and it's just a fun theme. If that was at a location and I had Cactus Jack and Jaws, my money would go into Cactus Jack first. So that's how much I like it. And probably because it'd be cheaper too. And I'm going to sell RoboWar. It's a great game, but I feel like everyone knows that, so it would just be conformity if I picked that as my number 1 game. So can't have that. And I just hate Bone Busters. It's such a stupid theme and a weird layout. Sorry, Gottlieb, doesn't work for me.
It is a strange layout.
I mean, maybe that's Jack Danger's thing. He's always posting on social media tell me one cool Gottlieb thing you miss in pinball. Well, maybe we're getting Bone Busters 2 from him next. Just saying. Jack, you're welcome on the podcast if you want to quell that rumor.
Was that your 3?
Yeah, that's my 3.
Okay, I didn't.
Plus there's
What was RoboWar you were going to sell?
Selling RoboWar, buying Cactus Jack, burning the bone.
Burn the bone.
I actually have an amusing story about Cactus Jacks that made me smile. So the right ramp on the one at District 82 was deadly. If you didn't hit it perfect, it was coming right back down the middle.
Very steep.
And I'm playing it with Greg Pittner, and he's like, "Hey, what's the strategy on this game?" I'm just like, "Right ramp all day, bro." and he walks up and he shoots it right ramp and boom, right down the middle, and he turns around and looks at me.
If I remember right, you could plunge a multi-ball in this too.
You could,
skill
yeah.
shot. Yeah.
Yeah, you could with the skill shot if you got it into the one of the correct holes.
It's an interesting game. Hey, anything else on the list?
Matt's tournament rulings.
Whoa. So we have a tournament director ruling. Do we have a question from the audience? Did we get a question from the audience?
We didn't get a question from the audience.
Oh.
Are you kidding me, Johnny?
I'm going to look while you guys do that.
I believe Neil has a question for me.
I have a question.
And we encourage the audience to send in questions.
All right, this could be in different situations. This may have never even happened, hypothetically though. There is a Xenon post. You're familiar with Xenon. There's a post. It's not really. I mean, it's a center post, but it's not really centered. It's off to the left side a little bit.
Correct.
And let's say you're draining out the left out lane, and you decide to kind of use it as a Foo Fighters dead post and bounce it back up to the upper playfield. Would that be considered a death save, or is that legal and play on?
If you don't touch the machine, if you don't move it, if you don't make a move, it would be legal.
Well, let's say we are moving it. I'm moving it to try to get it back into play.
That would be illegal.
You think?
I would think.
Like, what if on Paragon, there's the Paragon of District 82, where you'll eventually get like a really fast out lane, and there's the kind of the death save gates behind the flippers, and it'll if you lift up your right flippers, the ball will bounce back into play because of the death save gates, and it'll ride that back into the flippers. Would that lifting up the flipper? What would you just say that's Lazarus?
That would be completely legal because you're not making a move on the game. You're just lifting the flipper, because that's happened in on Deadpool where the ball came down the right out lane so fast and it popped up.
Yeah.
And they were able to catch the ball with the flipper without making a nudge or a shove on the game. And that would be my ruling, first of all.
Yeah, I think you're right on the Paragon. I think you're incorrect on Xenon though, because it's a post. A death save is more like you're using the apron to get it back into play. But if you're using a post, you can use a post.
I think once it goes and hits the outlane switch, you gotta kind of not make a move. But I could be wrong. But that's my opinion.
Well, I mean, you can argue you're still making a move on Paragon or the Deadpool where it hits the outlane and you're using your flippers to save the ball.
I'm talking when I say make a move, I'm talking about moving the machine itself, moving the table.
Yeah, but you're still trying to bring it into play.
Yes, with the flippers. And on Xenon, you're not doing that. You're shoving the game to try to get more action off that post. So it would be almost like using the apron, I would feel.
All right, so what about on Foo Fighters when you get the left out lane and you bump it into the post and it comes back up? What about that?
That's a game feature, but you don't really have to.
Well, so is
you don't
Xenon.
have to bump. You don't
center
have to
post is
bump
a
the
game
game
feature.
on Foo Fighters. It's designed. The geometry is designed. Sometimes it doesn't work 100% of the time, but you lift up the left flipper.
Exactly, it doesn't work, so sometimes they'll give it a bump.
Instant red card.
I don't know, I think you get the bozo on this one, I'm not gonna lie.
I would like to hear other opinions on the Xenon thing because that'd be my opinion, and I'm gonna get some second opinions on this.
It's actually a question I've always wondered because that post is there. You would think it's a feature of the game. You should be able to use it like any other post. If it's going down the outline, you give it a big shake so the rubber bounces it out. Why not as it's draining?
Yeah.
But my gut instinct has been with Matt. I always thought, that's probably not legal.
Why don't you try it in the next tournament, Neil, and we'll see what happens.
Who's going to be the TD?
Oh, you'll see.
I mean, it's so hard to get it back on with Xenon, and I don't think it'll ever happen, honestly.
You don't get a ton of power out lanes in Xenon. Well, I do.
No.
Yeah, Matt, everything you do has power, so.
Well, no, I got in the Super Series.
Power Series,
No,
you
it
mean.
was the Frosty Flips finals. Xenon was very, very mean to me, and everything wanted to go in the out lane. I plunged it in the saucer on top. Boom! Right out lane. from the saucer. Just kicked it right in the right out lane. And Raymond was like, watch that top saucer. It's going to go in the out lane. And I'm like, it's fine. Nope, not so much.
Friend of the show, Raymond?
Correct.
Okay. Just checked our triballpodcast@gmail account, and we had 0 submissions this week. So, Matt, you get at least a bye on viewer-submitted submissions.
Come on, listeners. Let's get some questions in. Let's hear them.
You know how you get audience engagement? You give away a prize.
Oh. I could have one. We could.
We don't want your underwear.
No, this would be an official Stern merchandise prize. I have multiple translates to choose from. If somebody comes in with a good tournament director question, you get your choice of either a Venom, Led Zeppelin, or Guardians of the Galaxy translate. And I will take care of the shipping on that.
Very generous, Matt. The rules of this contest are you must submit a question to triballpodcast@gmail.com for Matt. You also need to go on Facebook and like our page and share our page with someone as well. We need to spread the word. And then Matt will choose is it at your discretion then?
No, it's at the we'll check out the questions, and I'll let Neil or you choose the best one. Because I can't choose the question because I need to be on the spot. I can't, doing homework on it. I got to use my noggin.
All right, so Neil and I will read the questions and pick our favorite, and our favorite will be the winner. In the event that no one submits a question, does Neil or I get to translate?
Rico really wants someone to translate here.
Well, we'll play for it on a Bone Busters.
Oh, all right, guys. So if you don't want one of us to get the translate, you better write in a question. Otherwise, it's going on my wall.
Fair enough.
Awesome. That's going to be fun. Someone out there is going to get a $100 prize for free. This is going to be limited to the lower 48 states due to shipping.
Correct.
So sorry, Canada and Australia and Europe.
Send those questions, people.
What if only one person submits a question?
Then he wins the translate.
Are other podcasters eligible to enter? What I'm getting at here is if other podcasters enter, then hopefully they will promote it, and then they'll spread the word.
Canada's eligible to enter.
Canada, you can win this this lovely translate. Joel, feel free to enter. I know you already get a bunch of swag because you're partnered with Flippin' Out, but hey, maybe you don't have one of these translates. Travis just moved to a new house. I heard his Elwyn translate wasn't signed. Matt, are these signed by the designers?
No, but I could put a cat print from the cat Elwyn on it. A paw print.
Perfect. And if the winner wants, I'll sign it too. If you want our autograph, sure. Signature edition translates.
Johnny Pinball signature.
Well, I think we're going to end on a high note there. Remember, if you want to submit a question for Matt, that's triballpodcast@gmail.com. All right, Matt, why don't you give everyone your deets and how they can reach out to you if they so desire?
You can find me on Facebook under Matt McCarty or ask at the Triball Podcast. Message me, become a friend, whatever. Very wide open on that. And sometimes you find me on the Fox Cities Pinball stream.
Last words, Neil?
Just watch some Fox Cities Pinball.
I'm Johnny Pinball. You can find me here at the Triball Podcast or Johnny Pinball on YouTube or on Facebook as Johnny Pinball. And in the words of John Borg, Borg out.
Borg out.
Borg out.
Cry, Matt, you are my conehead mate.
But Beldar, we share this human state.
Well beyond our own dimension, not our designed intention. Cry, Matt, your cone is shimmering in the light.
Beldar, I'll fly the sensor rings tonight.
Don't want to hold my cone alone.
You don't have to hold your cone alone.
Could never hold my cone alone.
You'll never have to hold your cone alone. Sensor rings revolving on the measure of things evolving. The ones on leaves are listening. The
way these humans love to ram it.
I much prefer the senso rings and all the timeless joy they bring.
My conehead love is interstellar.
Oppenheimer, Edward Teller.
Our home on Remulac is distant. My cone control has low resistance. Don't want to hold my cone alone.
You don't have to hold your cone alone.
Could never hold my cone alone.
You'll never have to hold your cone alone. The sense of rings revolving. What a measure of things evolving. The words of leaps are listening. The birds of love are
My cone is something serious. Transform you to delirious.
Your sensor rings release all tension, transcending space and time dimension.
Eisenhower, Nixon, Truman.